Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Serein and my channel is called Dress Yourself Happy. Today is a very highly requested SPF video and I'm going to kind of go through the difference between chemical and physical SPF, which I prefer, some of the products I recommend. So if you are interested, keep on watching and let's get started. Before we go any further, I have to do a disclaimer because I am not a licensed esthetician, dermatologist. Everything I'm going to be talking about is based on my own research that I've done online, talking to licensed estheticians, dermatologists. This is my personal experience, my personal research, and my personal preferences. I'm doing this very like layman's term, very broken down for you guys, so you get a basic grasp of SPF. To start, there are two types of SPF. You have a chemical SPF or a physical SPF. The way chemical SPF helps protect your skin is that it absorbs the UV rays from the sun. There are a couple chemical SPFs that can scatter the rays from the sun, but majority of chemical SPFs protect your skin by absorbing the sun's rays. You do have to allow the product to sink in. The opposite of chemical SPF is a physical SPF. Physical SPF protects your skin by blocking the sun's rays from hitting or penetrating your skin. Physical SPF immediately protects your skin. My personal preference, I like to wear a physical SPF of 30 or higher every single day. I live in a very sunny environment. Even if it's not sunny though, you are going to absorb sun damage and sun rays through windows, walking to get the mail, walking to get to your car. If you drive in a car, the sun comes through the window. If you are in a very cloudy environment, the sun will still penetrate the clouds, the marine layer. Just because there's clouds does not mean the sun is not still sending down its rays. So even though you might live in a very cloudy situation where you're like, I don't ever go outside, it doesn't matter. You really need to wear some sort of SPF on a daily basis. It's a good common practice to incorporate into your everyday skincare routine. If you're like me and you prefer a physical SPF, I highly recommend looking at the back of products and making sure it has one of the two ingredients: titanium dioxide or zinc oxide. Titanium dioxide has been known to sometimes irritate sensitive skin. If you're really sensitive and you've had allergic reactions to certain mineral makeup, then look for zinc oxide. Zinc oxide is least irritating physical SPF out there. Zinc oxide is even found in diaper rash cream. All of those other fancy words that you will have trouble pronouncing are a chemical SPF. A lot of the times people say, well, SPF breaks me out, that's why I don't wear it. That is a myth. If you're worried, go with zinc oxide and you should be fine. If you think that it's still breaking you out, it's most likely because you're not properly removing the sunblock. Sunblock needs to be removed as if you were wearing a full face of foundation. At the end of the day, I always recommend double cleansing. Use an oil-based makeup remover. I like to use a cleansing balm or a cleanse off oil and then go in with my typical cleanser. I get this question a lot because every time I do a Tester Tuesday with a foundation that has an SPF in it, and I'm always bitching about why I hate it or why, like, I always get irritated that they put SPF in my makeup products. The reason I do not like my foundation to have any SPF is because 99% of the time, the foundation does not have the right kind of SPF. They're worried about photography or flashback situations. They always tend to put a chemical SPF in foundation products. They also usually do a very low number of SPF. So it's always like an SPF 15, at the most an SPF 20. Still not enough in my opinion for everyday use. And it gives you a false sense of protection because the amount of makeup you're going to be wearing on your face is typically not enough sunblock. For a good protection of sunblock every day, you want to do a dime size amount of SPF. I'm not usually wearing a dime size amount of foundation unless I'm going for a full face, full coverage. But in that situation, I don't really want my foundation to have SPF in it to begin with. So that is why I don't typically like my foundation having SPF in it, because it's a false sense of protection. I feel like a lot of the times it's a marketing gimmick for consumers. It's trying to trick the consumer thinking it's an all-in-one product when it really isn't enough to offer any kind of protection. It really upsets me when people in my life tell me that they suddenly have to have a mole removed or skin cancer removed from their face because they thought that they had the protection from their everyday BB cream or their everyday foundation. That is why I'm a huge stickler about how the SPF in your foundation is not enough for everyday sun protection. That being said, there are a couple products that I really do enjoy that is kind of an all-in-one where it covers, it offers a high SPF, it's a physical SPF, and I think it's great. But I also think if I'm gonna be out in the sun, it's not enough and I do need to reapply, and I get that question a lot. So I'm gonna share with you now some of the products I really like that have a good physical SPF to protect your face. This is a great daily moisturizer from First Aid Beauty. I've bought multiples of this, and it's a 5-in-1 face cream. It has broad spectrum SPF 30. It is going to protect your skin. It's going to prevent and reduce wrinkles, even out the skin tone. But most importantly, this has zinc oxide in it. It also does have 2 chemical SPFs mixed with the physical SPF, and I've done a little bit of research about mixing SPFs. I haven't found it to be super harmful as long as there's a physical SPF, but if you're sensitive to any chemical SPFs, you're going to have to avoid this product. Now, because I live in LA and because I don't like having a chalky like white cast sometimes, I like to use a specific SPF that's a little bit higher. This one's from Clarins. It's a little bit pricier, but it's also tinted and it lasts a lot longer than this First Aid Beauty one because I feel like I get more with just a SPF on top of my moisturizer. The active ingredients in this is titanium dioxide. Anything where I know I'm gonna be in direct sunlight for prolonged periods of time, I like to wear an SPF 50. You don't really need to go this high. I just personally feel better with an SPF 50. This year I purchased the Peter Thomas Roth Max 50 UV Milk. It's an ultra-light sunscreen with broad spectrum SPF 50, and this is going to be also water resistant. It's a mineral SPF, and the active ingredient is titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. This is a great textured feeling SPF. It reminds me a lot of the Clarins one. Very fluid, very easy, soaks right up into the skin. It doesn't leave a weird residue. Now to reapply, I recommend using a powder that is a mineral powder SPF because if you're wearing makeup, this won't mess up your makeup. Also, I don't like rubbing my face with more creams if I've been out in the sun, if I'm sweaty. It just doesn't feel good. I really enjoy this Peter Thomas Roth Instant Mineral sunscreen, and this is the SPF 30. They also have an SPF 40, I believe, and this is for oily, problematic skin. I bought this one because I share this with my husband when we're going to be out for prolonged periods of time in the sun. He's Irish descent, so he burns really easily. He also has very fair hair. Well, he shaved his head, so he doesn't even have hair on his head anymore. So you want to protect your hubs or your significant other as well. This is great for the whole family. You can definitely disinfect the brush, and it's a great mineral sunblock. It's instant. You just kind of brush it on like this, and it comes out through the brush, and then to close it, you just pull it up and close it back up. It's compact, it's not messy, you're not touching it with your dirty hands. You will get like oils and stuff from your skin, but that's why I say disinfect the brush with brush cleanser. A new one that's kind of a pressed version of the Peter Thomas Roth is the It Cosmetics one, but this one does have color in it. So I have the shade medium, and this is their CC Plus Airbrush Perfecting Powder SPF 50. This is completely a physical SPF with titanium dioxide and zinc oxide as well. This is great as a base. If you're oily skin, definitely use this because the powder will definitely keep you matte. And then of course, touch up your face throughout the day using this. It adds a little bit more coverage. You're going to protect your skin. This is a great product. It Cosmetics makes very high quality, good ingredient products, and I'm so happy that they always use a mineral SPF, and it's a high mineral SPF too. If you don't want to worry about SPF, you want like a coverage and foundation and SPF in one, It Cosmetics is the one that I would recommend. It is their CC Plus Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream Anti-Aging Hydrating Serum and it's got broad spectrum SPF 50. It's a chemical filter free, paraben free, cruelty free line. You're going to get titanium dioxide and zinc oxide as your sun protection. The coverage is phenomenal on this. It is a full coverage. It looks beautiful on the skin. It's full coverage without looking like full coverage. It hydrates, but it doesn't make you oily. It's just a really, really amazing product. I've been using this for maybe 3 years now, and I first discovered IT Cosmetics from a high school friend of mine, or actually probably elementary school of mine, kindergarten school friend of mine, and she was the one who told me about IT Cosmetics being on QVC. I went and found it, and this was one of the first products I picked up because it was so good. It's got great ingredients, and it's going to offer good coverage plus protection. This is one of those rare situations where I feel like your makeup is just as good with the SPF, and you compare it with this to touch up as well. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you did not, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. I would love to see you on all of my social platforms. They're all linked in the description box below, but I will also have it all the way across my face right now. I upload new videos every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. I also do bonus uploads, so make sure you're subscribed if you haven't subscribed already, so that my new videos will pop up in your subscription feed. And for whatever reason, if you don't want to subscribe, or if it doesn't show up in your subscription feed, I'm here every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday, and you can always check back for new videos. If you're new to my channel, I'm Serein, and my channel is called Dress Yourself Happy because I truly, truly hope my videos help motivate and inspire you to look and feel your best from the outside in. I know that when I look and feel my best, I'm able to deal with whatever it is life has to throw at me, and at the very least, I hope my videos took your mind off of whatever it is you needed to unwind from for the last few minutes, and I hope to see you back here on my channel soon. Bye!